So what happened in CAT23 were two things. One is the triggers became very, very obscure. They were very fine-tuned triggers. Okay, within a certain problem, in the middle of a problem, there was a trigger which very easy to miss out. You don't react with that, and you have won. That's one aspect to it. And then if you miss that trigger, you go into a long, winded problem solving process, which will not get you the answer. Yeah, please come in. So that was one thing that happened. The second thing that happened was three themes actually. The second thing that happened was multi-dimensional questions. That means you're solving a question. You have one reaction, second reaction, third reaction, three reactions to solve the question. This reaction is coming from progressions. This reaction is coming from percentages. And this reaction is coming from number systems. And you have to merge all of them together and be able to apply it in the same question to get the 3 marks of that question. So who will be able to do this? When you're talking about CAT24 preparation, what do we need to do as a student? What do we need to ensure our students are able to do so that you can actually execute this? So your skills, what happens in every chapter, your skills go up to the point where you can mostly, from a point where you can only react to 20% of the triggers in the chapter to the point where you can handle all the 100% triggers of the chapter. So across 20 chapters, अब जैसे for example, अब किसी ने प्रोग्रेशन परसेंटेज और नंबर सिस्टम का बिल्ड है क्वेश्चन, किसी ने नंबर सिस्टम नहीं पढ़ा है तो क्या होगा? पहला 2 स्टेप हो जाएगा उससे, बट ही विल नॉट गेट द 3 मार्क्स देयर. ज्योमेट्री क्वेश्चन में अरिथमेटिक प्रोग्रेशन घुसा दिया उन्होंने. इन ज्योमेट्री क्वेश्चन दे पुट अरिथमेटिक प्रोग्रेशन. In a functions question, they put number systems and they put percentage also. So that's what they're doing. Equations, functions, a question. So that's what they're doing. So first dimension is that we'll not be focusing on selective study because only once you get to 100% reaction on all chapters, you can implement 100% triggers and reaction on all chapters. Will you be able to do the cross-functional questions? This is the second dimension of what made it difficult. The third dimension is not specific to CAT23. It's been happening over the last 4-5 years. Ever since CAT में calculator allow कर दिया है. The third dimension of the paper is, अब जैसे suppose I give you a question on compound interest. A man invests a certain amount at 8% per annum compounded quarterly. तो इसका बेसिक रिएक्शन होता है कि 100 जो भी प्रिंसिपल उसने डाला है 8% per annum compound annually means quarterly means every quarter you're getting 2% interest. का ये मतलब होता है. तो बेसिकली इसका बेसिक मैथमेटिकल रिएक्शन होता है कि 1.02 से मल्टीप्लाई करना शुरू कर दो और जितने क्वार्टर्स है उतने बार मल्टीप्लाई करो. If there are 3 quarters, you multiply 1.02 3 times to find the amount कितना हो गया. That's the basic logic of this, right? So end में क्या होता है, यहाँ पे एक वैल्यू दे देगा, then they'll say कि प्रिंसिपल कितना है, right? So the third theme of what made the exam difficult was, if you look at past questions 2001, 2003, 2007 and other exam questions, this number on which they would have built it would be something like 180, 200, 100, 150. A man invests 150 rupees at 8% per annum compound annually, compounded quarterly. 3 क्वार्टर के बाद कितना अमाउंट हो जाएगा? CAT में अब क्या कर रहे हैं? This number, the number on which they are sourcing this value is something like 22,600. So you got no control of the numbers, and unless you use that on-screen calculator, you really can't do these questions, right? Which sometimes becomes a tragedy because, for example, मैं जब CAT दे रहा था इस साल तो मेरा on-screen calculator चल ही नहीं रहा था. Right, so there are so many questions which I could see the logic, but I couldn't do it. Even at my calculation level, I could not do it because they're so intricate, the calculations. So, I mean, and that's something which is kind of part of a lottery in that sense. But at the same time, something like this would happen. You don't need to get scared. Might happen in 2 questions. You have to be ready for all 22. And exam like this, I think if you solve 8 questions, 8.5 questions पे 99 percentile है, 99.2 percentile has come at 26 marks in quants, right? So the other factor that I was talking about, and I've been talking about in the online sessions also, and telling you guys also, is that we will be organizing a prep in two parts.